When generative AI first arrived in the corporate world, it came heavily subsidized by investors. The pitch to enterprise customers was simple. Flip a switch, and thousands of employees become a hyper-productive workforce, operating in perfect harmony on autopilot. But a trap was hidden in the billing structure. For the last decade, companies bought software through standard subscription agreements, paying a flat, predictable monthly fee. Whether an employee used a tool all day or ignored it completely, the invoice stayed the exact same. AI agents, however, bill like the electric company. This animated diagram visualizes how dangerous that shift can be. The flat baseline represents your traditional software budget. That second line that curves violently upward represents the tab of one unnamed corporation. They gave their workforce access to Anthropic's Claude model, but forgot to place caps on usage, accidentally racking up roughly $500 million in compute costs in a single month. That enormous bill wasn't generated by simple chat queries. Employees were running complex agentic workflows, where autonomous AI agents trigger chained loops of background tasks. Every time an agent pulls a lengthy document or runs a continuous background process, the system consumes metered compute. The meter ran wild before the finance department even realized it was on. This $500 million sticker shock serves as a specific warning. Uncapped AI scaling creates a direct corporate liability, where a single month of unmonitored activity can incinerate $500 million before the finance department even sees the meter. To understand how budgets drain so quickly, you have to look at the basic billing unit, the token. In AI, a token is a micro-unit of metered compute power. Every prompt entered, every word generated, and every data pull physically burns server resources. The tech industry has actually seen this exact terminology before. In the Web3 sector, crypto companies also burn tokens. But in their case, it means permanently destroying digital assets, sending them into a dead wallet to artificially reduce the total market supply. Across both sectors, the concept of burning tokens has morphed from a basic utility function into a dangerous vanity metric. It has become a financial illusion that confuses raw activity with actual value generation. This obsession with activity birthed a corporate period known as token maxing. Management logic dictated that since the company spent heavily on AI, employees needed to aggressively burn compute to prove their productivity. Major tech giants, including Meta and Amazon, actually built internal leaderboards to track and reward the staff who were burning the most tokens. Pushing staff to compete over data consumption led to absurd behavioral consequences. Employees flooded the network with throwaway prompts, using premium, enterprise-grade AI models to check the local weather or decide what to eat for lunch, just to maintain their rank on the leaderboard. The true cost of AI includes massive hidden overhead. This breakdown chart shows that for every dollar a company spends on AI tokens, 80 cents is consumed by secondary waste, fixing bugs generated by the AI, rewriting code, and managing severe review delays. The core operational failure is a matter of priority. Given free rein, employees default to automating the work they personally hate, like drafting weekly reports or summarizing long email threads. They rarely automate the complex, revenue-generating tasks that actually grow the business. As a result, internal dashboards show massive spikes in individual productivity metrics, while overall corporate revenue stays entirely flat. Meanwhile, the rate at which generated code gets discarded or rewritten, known as code churn, has surged by 800%. We see an identical disconnect in the Web3 space. The logic of a crypto token burn relies entirely on basic supply and demand mathematics. If you reduce the token supply, the price per token should go up. But that math breaks down completely if there is zero organic market demand for the asset in the first place. Investors increasingly view massive, unprompted burns as a red flag. Because destroying tokens does not create new utility, the market interprets these events as attempts to mask a lack of organic demand rather than a sign of real-world adoption. Worse, destroying these digital assets creates a brutal treasury drain. By burning their own supply, these companies are incinerating the capital they desperately need to extend their operational runway, fund developer grants, and pay for marketing. It also creates a compounding regulatory trap. Using programmatic burns to actively manipulate market pricing pushes these digital tokens dangerously close to being classified by regulatory bodies as illegal, unregistered securities. The underlying mechanism may look different, but the outcome is the same. Whether you are an AI firm incinerating a massive compute budget on useless chat prompts or a crypto project destroying your own supply, faking demand only accelerates financial and regulatory ruin. This Financial Times chart demonstrates the pressure on AI providers. Ending the era of subsidized intelligence, they now demand measurable returns. Yet projections show severe negative ROI across the board for Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, and Oracle. Only Amazon clears a positive return. Corporate leaders are reacting. Uber's CEO publicly admitted it's nearly impossible to justify AI costs because they cannot link the spend to useful product features. Over at Microsoft, the company quietly began revoking high-end Claude code licenses from its own engineers to rein in soaring monthly expenditures. The initial hype cycle's patience has run out. Blind technological adoption is being forcefully replaced by strict traditional financial discipline. To survive the cost crunch, the industry is pivoting to a sustainable blueprint called Intelligent Model Routing, championed by Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff. This approach actively prevents unnecessary compute waste. Intelligent routing acts like an automated triage system. It deploys massive, expensive, top-tier AI models only for highly complex tasks. For everyday, routine queries, the system automatically defaults to much cheaper open-source models. This forces a necessary shift in vendor pricing. Instead of selling raw, open-ended usage by the token, companies are migrating toward outcome-based pricing, charging enterprise clients specifically for a resolved customer conversation or a generated sales lead. The ultimate lesson applies equally to AI and Web3. True market longevity requires abandoning deflationary gimmicks and bloated compute leaderboards. To survive, these industries have to stop burning capital for the sake of metrics and start building actual product utility that generates real revenue. Thank you for watching. If you got something from this, please like the video and support the channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That really helps us. Thanks again.